Previously on Homeland.
Zhang is at risk of losing his balance, right?
But she is a powerful firebender and kicks with the force of fire.
It on the right shoulder, flings him back, and he
kind of
hits the
sends them
ground.
as like lots of darts back at
Heat
her.
inside of her to move through her hands, melting the steel.
Kyoshi warrior begins to become encased in ice.
Drops a shoulder and tries to basically splinter it from underneath her.
A stream of mud in her
He
face.
sends a flurry of like little
He
fireballs.
roars with impotent rage, having been taken out of the fight.
We are still 4, and right now you are 1.
Come back here!
Zhang, stop.
I've trained you well, daughter. This skirmish is over.
And now,
Not strong enough!
Zhang, you did everything you could.
And it wasn't enough!
We defeated a Kyoshi warrior. We did so much. We're just kids.
Exactly! How are we ever going to get revenge against Bashira?
for now, we're alive. That's all that matters right now.
We're alive and we're together. That's a win to me.
This was the most I've ever stood up to my mother before. And if I did that today, then maybe tomorrow we can fight a bit more.
It's just words. It's victory or nothing.
Well, then we have to get victory, but we can't do that in this condition.
Zhang, we have to look after each other and care for each other. We're not going to make it to Bashira if we splinter. If we only look for revenge, we have to also look after each other.
So what we're doing at the moment is that you've lost your balance.
Yes.
So you have to, and you're going to choose one of the following: give in or submit to your opposition. You haven't done that. Lose yourself in a destructive and harmful way, or take an extreme action in line with the principle, then flee. So those are your 3 options, Phil.
So what I'm trying to do through my words is that lose control in a harmful way.
Yeah.
In basically telling my friends that they're weak, we're weak, it's hopeless, and we have no business fighting this fight.
I'm going to suggest that you take that to its extreme. The benders here are the weaker ones.
Yeah.
They're weak, and you need to insult them and demean them that they don't have as much force as you. And they aren't as focused, and they're flippant and that sort of thing.
You all think your stupid magic bending will get you out of any situation, but it's not enough. You aren't focused. You aren't trained well enough. You're not taking this seriously enough.
We are
this
taking
is
it
a
seriously.
war, and this is our home. And if we don't get serious, we're never going to get it back. We're never going to get revenge. I'm the only one here who is taking this fight seriously.
Zhang, we're all taking
You
it
Tariq,
seriously.
you're a joker. You think herbs can save the world. And Kana, she doesn't even know what she is or where she belongs. We're pathetic and useless. I don't want to talk to any of you.
And you storm off?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
She wouldn't have said anything, but Kana just kind of buckles at the knees and starts to cry. In her heart, she believes that Zhang's right. That it's because she's not trained enough. Because she couldn't stand up to her own teacher, really.
I'm going to shift your balance towards tradition.
Yeah.
As you accept that that's the reality. If you were trained like your mother, you would have been able to hold your own and defeat her. And the fact that you aren't, the fact that you keep trying new things, those are weaknesses. At least Zhang is saying that, and coming from your mother and Zhang, probably the oldest and most experienced in battle, that seems to ring true.
He's right. We all need to focus more.
You can't just listen to him. You are very well trained. What you just did was amazing.
What I did is a fraction of what she can do.
And she's an adult, she's a full firebender. But we have the 4 of us, and she doesn't have that.
But it wasn't enough. Chloe, Zhang was right. We lost. We lost hard today. We are not ready. You know, we've sat around and talked about, we're gonna go find Bashir, and we're gonna fight him, we're gonna take it down, and it's all gonna be great. It's not.
If we lost, then why is she the one who ran?
She could have taken us out without a second thought. Do you really think that she wasn't just toying with us? You saw what she was capable of. That is not a person that wasn't in control. She was in control the entire time. She had complete trust in her abilities at all times. At any point, we were just mice to her.
I don't believe that.
Kana will stand up, wipe her tears away. Clove's right. She ran away because the Fire Nation has rules. We just have to beat them at their own game.
And how do you suppose we do that? Just beat them. You were trained the same way that they were. You should understand more than most. Do you not think that your mom knew exactly what she was doing? You don't think that entire thing, that display that she just did there, wasn't completely calculated down to the second? Do you really believe that?
I'm trying, Tariq. Yes, I'm not the fighter that she is. I'm not the warrior she is. But if we don't all put our heads together and focus, we're never going to be as calculated as her. So stop. Just stop. She's going to still sit, kneeling in the rain.
Tariq, I don't believe that her calculation is her greatest asset. Or maybe it's her greatest asset, but ours is not calculation. Ours is love. Okay, when I stepped in front of Zhang and attacked her back, I felt it. She faltered because she doesn't know what that is. Okay, we are still in this. We have things that they do not. We can't just let this splinter us. Or else, I mean, then what? We all go our separate ways? I can't do that.
I'm going to ask you to roll Guide and Comfort.
Great.
And I'm going to impose a minus because while you're talking about love and care, the person that you have committed yourself to protecting is gone and you aren't pursuing them.
Okay, so a -1.
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
give you a -1 on that.
A 7
Is that with the minus?
with the minus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a hit. Sean, you get to choose. Are you going to shut the Guide and Comforting down or are you going to embrace that?
I'm going to shut it down.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Oh,
I inflict a condition on her.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
do you choose, Sean?
Yeah, I get to choose a condition.
I've already got afraid marked.
Great.
Then before we do that as well, when I shift his balance, I choose which way.
Yes. So
Yes.
At the moment, I am on +1 friendship.
Is it a thing of like narratively I should shift it the way that he's kind of going?
I think so.
So-
No, not necessarily. It's whatever you've tried to, like, hey, let's get together. And he's gone, absolutely not. Now, you can say that he shifts towards friendship as, even though he's shutting you down, the inner life is still affected.
Okay,
right?
yep.
His outward is not an acceptance of that, but the inner is.
Yep, cool.
And that's the kind of, like, struggle there. Or you could shift it the other way, as both the outer and inner shift in response.
Clove, I like you, okay? I like you a lot. And you have a lot to give to people. You have a lot to give to all of us. But the fact of the matter is that is blinding you to the reality that is here in front of us. Look at us all. Zhang's run away. We don't know where he is now. Kana, she's deluding herself about the situation. And we do not have a grasp on this, okay? We lost, and you know what? I just need to go for a walk, okay? We can talk about this later, but we just need to stop, like Kana said, because the truth hurts, okay? And the truth is, we are not ready, and maybe we won't be. And he starts to walk off in a different direction to Zhang.
Fantastic. Sean, what condition are you inflicting?
I want to put troubled.
Yeah, I
Right.
feel troubled.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Zola, what direction are you shifting Sean's track?
I think I would actually like to shift him towards survival.
Cool.
Even if he doesn't completely believe what he's saying, it's definitely true. And it's true for him. Like, he's not... And he's also not lashing out and saying anything cruel. Like, he's actually just speaking the truth, which is kind of why I think it's really affected her.
So that puts him at balance.
Yeah, I know. It's just so
Puts him at
funny.
setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it and it feels like a regression as well. It's like all that hard work between like believing that we are like a party and a team and we can do it. Like maybe we can do it. Actually, no, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So,
We need to focus on staying alive.
yeah.
The two men have walked away, the rain pouring in the village. Kana is sitting in the mud, rain pouring over her, and Clove stands there as two people she counted as friends have walked away and in opposite directions.
Yes.
The man is still standing there with his bow and arrow, looking at these two young women. I can't have benders in my town.
We'll leave.
Okay.
Thank you for your hospitality. She manages a weak bow.
And Clover's gonna, as they start walking, I think they should walk back the way they came.
Yes.
She's just gonna, like, sling her arm around Kana.
She'll reciprocate. Kana is just holding space for Clove and likewise, and in that moment they don't really need to say anything.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think they know they need to go after Zhang first and talk to him. Especially as Tariq has literally said, I just need a moment. It's like, well, us going after him is not helpful at all.
Also, Zhang is...
Yeah, I need a moment and then immediately go after him.
And Zhang needs
took
us.
some licks.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're just going to go whichever way.
Yeah, it's just rain. You're following footprints and dirty footprints. He's left a trail of destruction in his wake.
He's kicked things over, smashed a wheelbarrow. There's some buckets and stuff all tumbled in the street. And what you'll find is him shortly outside the town, drilling. He's exhausted, in the rain, just doing his forms. Just trying to be stronger, be better. And the glaive goes through those forms over and over and over again. No, not good enough. Better. Focus.
Zhang.
What?
Zhang, you need to stop, please. You need to rest. We need to make sure you're okay.
I'm fine.
Can I please just check you over and make sure you're not hurt at all, please?
I think Kana might recognize the passion, blazing fury in Zhang, but also, like her mother, she is somewhat calculated. Well, usually you need a partner to spar with, Zhang. Otherwise, none of us will get any better.
Clove kind of gives her a look. She's like, doesn't realize what she's doing. And she's like, what? Why? What?
Finally, you're getting serious. Okay, let's train then. Put up your guard.
Why are you guys fighting?
It's training, not fighting.
Kani, you can't be serious.
And he charges.
Yeah, I think she will remain, like, in her stance, which is quite prim and straight, but she will look to Clove as if to say, I know what I'm doing.
Maybe it's a wink.
Clove does not get it at all. She's so frustrated by this.
Great. So in this game, there is no inter-character combat.
No.
So I'm not going to ask you to roll combat. What I am going to ask you to roll is your force and skills and training, Ellen.
Am I still off balance or have had time to
You
resolve that?
You are still off balance. You have the +3.
Do you want me to roll with +3 force?
I want you to roll with +3 force, and Ellen, you roll skills and training.
Just absolutely dex, Connor.
Yeah.
So, and this is just a roll that the fluidity of systems and just as a DM fear. Right, I'm just making this happen.
Yeah.
13.
10.
Kana is capable, able to hold her own, but a young man, a 17-year-old who is angry, is something but to behold. And most of us have seen it in our lives, that proper fury, that indignant rage. It's not form, it's not sparring. He's almost trying to hurt you. Ellen, I'm going to suggest that Kana takes a point of fatigue, or you can take a status.
No, I think she'll take the fatigue. This was kind of part of her idea of if he's full of wrath, then channel that wrath, as firebenders do, into the training, into the fight. So she'll take that fatigue.
Yeah, okay, no worries.
So what he does, Zhang isn't trying to hurt her, but he isn't holding back. So what he does is he charges, gets around her guard, and trips her.
Great.
And when she hits the ground, he takes 3 steps back. Stand! Again!
Yes.
She will stand, brush herself off.
We need to be better. We need to be the strongest we can be. Again! And he charges.
And the same thing happens.
Yeah.
And it is a humiliating thing to experience, and that for Kana is not a foreign thing.
No.
This is exactly how your mother trained you and raised you. Clove, it is a distressing thing to see.
Very distressing. I think like throughout this, like not while they're fighting, but in breaks, she's kind of calling out like, what are you doing? You need to stop. Like she doesn't really understand what's going on here at all. Like she's not a very rage-filled person at all. So this is so foreign to her. And like Kana, like she also just can't understand what Kana is doing at all. So she's like,
fair enough. It's based on like all of this, society that she has been brought up in.
Yeah, it's trauma.
Yeah.
It's exercising trauma in a way that you know how to do. Take pain and suffering and turn it into something.
Yeah.
And you're teaching him how to do that. You're offering yourself as an opportunity to do that. This continues for 5 minutes.
While it's still going on, Tariq almost sidles up beside Clove. Like you almost just feel his presence beside you, stoically watching the exchange in front, and without any hint of that jovial nature, and just staring forlornly. So, what's going on here?
They're training.
And how's that going for them?
Again! Stand!
I will.
Yeah, how do you think?
I did meant what I said back there, but it doesn't mean I'm giving up.
That's good.
I don't have any answers for you. I think we're going to have to rely on more than hope or raw talent or any number of things. But, I don't know. We figure it out one way, because what's the alternative, right?
Right. I don't think there is an alternative. We're in this now. I just hope Zhang is okay.
Cool. I am going to shift, Zola, your track towards self-reliance.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're doing that, because this whole set, like, this latter half of this session, I've been like, she's not been asked to yet, but I feel like she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so effectively, everyone else is dumb, and you've got your head on your shoulders, and you're like, no, we can do it, guys, it's okay. And everyone else is emotionally out of balance, and then you're retreating back inwards as you lose trust in their ability to be rational people. As much as you're a mud bender, effectively, you still got that stoic, earth-bending philosophy, which means calm, considered, thoughtful, and everyone else is off. They're doing their own thing. You can't trust that.
No, and I thought I could trust Kana, and now she's fighting Zhang, and I'm just like, have no clue where these guys come from.
As much as they're your friends, they're also a little bit strangers.
Yeah.
You have found yourselves a cave out of the rain. It's still wet. There's a small fire going, but it's very hard to do because most of the firewood is wet. You've managed to waterbend some of the water out of it.
He tried to dry it as much as he possibly can, but
it's bending out all day in the rain. You are wet, and that's not great.
And he's also he may be balanced, but he's got so much on his mind right now. It's been a big day.
Yeah.
So his focus isn't exactly on that.
It's evening. You've made some progress. You did go through the town. You spent the whole day traveling with a short bit of work. You got some money.
We did get some money.
And then you had a fight.
Yeah.
And that wasn't great.
And then we had a fight.
And then you had a fight.
Yeah.
We also
now-
met
Even
one of the
worse.
3 people that we've been tracking as
Yeah.
well.
Two.
We don't know that your mother was one of the 3.
No.
Oh,
not
that's right.
commanders.
Yes.
There were
My
3.
One
mistake.
for you, one for you personally.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yes.
out of the 3 people that were described, only one of them, because it was the red and green mask. It was a red and green mask. It was the big, rotund fella, Bashira, and some person with some hoity-toity firebender man.
Prince Luten.
Well, that at least means that we didn't lose much ground. We're catching up.
And we stopped whatever they were going to be doing in Iron Village. So
We just need to make sure we're the ones who win.
I'm sorry about today. I went too far. But I think we need to be more serious about how we train and how we approach things.
I agree.
We can win, but only if we're stronger than our enemies. And standing in the rain all afternoon, training and catching cold and exhausting each other is not the best way to go. And so, Kana, I'm sorry. That was foolish of me.
I learned a lot from you, Zhang.
And I you.
But, the fire, that fire that you felt, When you were fighting, it's powerful, but as you can see, she motions to the fire that is barely clinging on. It doesn't always last.
You should rest.
You tuck her down for the night and crouched around a small, dwindling, dying fire in the cold as the rain outside of this cave falls. You settle down for rest. Growth time.
First, I get to recenter.
You do get to
Yes.
recenter.
Thankfully!
What happens to me is I clear all my fatigue. I had 2 conditions, angry and troubled. The catharsis of the afternoon clears those, and I reset to my center, which is now +1 force.
Correct.
-1 care.
Correct. You care less. You force more. Let's do some growth questions while we're at it.
Yeah.
We'll start with someone who probably had the biggest day in terms of like balance. That's you, Phil, Zhang. So, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
We're being pursued by an extremely powerful firebender who wants to recapture her daughter. I don't know if we knew that her heritage was quite so noble. We knew that she was fleeing the Fire Nation, but I don't know if she revealed exactly what she was.
She kind of danced around it a lot, like,
Yeah.
kind of like downplayed the gravitas of it, right? Not like, I am the daughter of a powerful firebender.
Yeah, so for me, that's challenging. We've learnt that our mission may be too hard for us.
Yeah, I think that's the important lesson,
Yeah.
is that you are not as strong as you thought you were.
Yeah.
I'll take a growth for that.
Yeah, take a growth for that. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? I would have said yes had you defeated the 2 benders. Had you kicked them out of the town and basically gone, hey, not all benders are bad, then yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Then that's a big yes.
But we lost that battle. So.
And
Yeah.
we caused a lot of secondary destruction.
You did a
Yes.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And pulling someone's horse ostrich out of the mud is not really a community problem. So no, we didn't solve anything.
No,
or
and that
defeat anyone.
was your own self centeredness. Like I need to get money.
Yeah.
And that's a fine thing to do. It's just not solving a community problem. Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center?
Absolutely not.
You did,
Did I?
because your balance has recentered.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I am at my center.
You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
So yes, you did actually, Zhang. By you ending your session at +1 force, you are now at balance.
I felt my last bit of Zhang's last words kind of tried to reflect that new. He's centered, but the center is now a new center.
That's right. And you can imagine in this game, as you go further, the more you start tipping, the faster that tip is.
Yeah,
It only
'cause-
takes 1 or 2 balance shifts to be like, I start the day at +2. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah.
only have 1 wiggle room. And then your personal one.
Did you make progress towards your goal against your adversary?
Not quite, no.
No.
No, not your personal one.
We took a step back.
Ellen
Yeah.
as Kana.
Did I learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? I feel like I did, but the memories of the day are fuzzy to me, the player.
I think you did.
So, I mean, one, I'm just shooketh to see my mother and an earthbender, the same vicinity.
Earthbender?
Oh, sorry, Earth Warrior.
Yes. Yeah, a Kyoshi warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who aren't
Wild.
technically members of the Earth Kingdom, but
No.
That's fine.
But I don't know that the subtlety is
the
lost
subtlety is
on
lost
Kana.
probably. I think
She
probably
wears green.
I think probably more impactful is trying to help someone who appears learned and being rebuffed entirely.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this idea of you don't get to go around helping everyone. I can do it on my own. You're insulting me by doing that, which I think is a kind of learning moment. As well as, I don't know, fighting your mum in the pouring rain, in the mud, in a strange Earth
That's why
Kingdom
I'm
village.
like, look, a lot's happened to
Yeah,
her worldview.
It's definitely complicated.
It's definitely complicated.
one of them, pick one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you learned that you could potentially go toe to toe with the person you fear
Yeah.
maybe the most.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, that's
Yeah.
one.
So
And then, did you stop a dangerous threat?
no, it wasn't a defeat. It was a technicality,
Yes.
and we didn't stop them.
Yes.
A
And
standstill.
did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your balance?
No,
No.
I didn't guide anyone. No.
And then your last personal one.
Did I learn something meaningful or important about your lineage? Its members or its effects on the world or others? Yeah. My mum's here.
Yeah.
What?
And she has reach into this space and is like pursuing you doggedly, which is something that you probably anticipated, but to actually see it and witness it,
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
It is. So that's 2 growth for me.
Absolutely. Sean as Tariq.
Yep. Are you going to answer the question? I
Yeah,
like you asking and us
sure.
answering. It's
Yeah,
a nice,
it's good.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
that's a lot
notice that
easier
happened.
than reading it off the
Yeah,
sheet.
sure.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world as Tariq?
Absolutely. We're not ready.
No, you are not.
We are not ready. And we think we are, and that's stupid.
That's worse, actually.
Yeah.
Great. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Nope. Absolutely not.
No, you made things maybe worse.
Yeah.
Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center?
I did not, but I am.
Great. Then
Yeah.
you get a
because
point.
I was on +2 friendship, went down to 1, and then Zola popped me straight back to my center.
And then your own personal question.
Yeah, which is bad habit stuff, which I didn't. I didn't engage in any bad habits, except maybe a stand-up routine, but that wasn't really effective.
That wasn't really a
Yeah.
bad
No.
That's a
That was
that
pretty
is a
bad
bad
It is a
habit.
bad habit.
yeah.
That's not one of your bad
Stand-up
habits.
comedy is a habit you need to
Oh,
kick.
you just got to shake it.
Yeah. There's clubs for it. Just stay away from them. Zola, as Clove, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Yeah, I think so. I think there could be many things, but I think a big thing for her was like feeling what fire can do. I think that's terrifying for her. She's still marked afraid. So, and I think that's a big thing for her to learn.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
No.
No. Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center?
I did guide Sean towards balance.
You
so
did
that's
guide
a
Tariq.
yes.
Yes, absolutely. And then finally, your personal one.
My personal question is, did you pursue a desire or goal of your own outside of protecting others? No.
No.
One day I will hit that one. I will do it.
You'll find your hobby.
Well, we're not done just yet because I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Yep.
You rolled a miss on your protector's burden.
Yep.
You're drifting on different paths. Your ward is Zhang. You've got one of 2 options available ahead of you. Are you the only one who can keep them safe? If that's the case, shift twice towards self-reliance and keep them as your ward. Or can they handle life without your protection? Shift your balance towards trust twice and give yourself a new person.
Yeah, you know what's so funny about this is like when I rolled that, I was like, oh, great, because I kind of felt Clove maybe wanting to protect Kana more. But after the events of today, she definitely thinks that she is the only one who can protect Zhang. So that has shifted in like me, the player. I'm like, oh, okay, no, we're sticking with Zhang for sure.
Me over here.
Does that mean I will
Nuts.
wake up at a minus?
No, that means, so you're going towards self-reliance. So what is your current points?
My current points is +1 trust.
Okay, so yes, you take 2 points towards self-reliance, which means you end the night on +1 self-reliance.
Yeah.
And you'll wake up, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And you can, but your center has not changed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a possibility that maybe you would have tipped over the edge during the night and then you wake up with a new center.
That's
Would have
right.
been- yeah.
Yes,
Which is where
that's
that comes
right.
into play.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened because you weren't already like, and you can
Yeah.
imagine how quickly a guardian would
I
just go off
see.
center.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because there's 2. So if I had been like kind of where I am now,
Yeah. Yes.
or 1 over,
If you had picked that he could actually handle himself, you would have tipped 1, 2 into
No,
3.
we've gone to 3.
Needed one more.
Yeah, had you been
pardon.
on +2.
There you go. Thank you.
yeah, which I was actually until you decided to shift me towards self-reliance.
yeah.
So it's like, the mechanics are actually really important because that would have mean I would have been very close to also shifting my center.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
way that actually doesn't make sense for the character right
No,
now.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, Clove has redoubled down on her ward. Zhang has a new fire in his belly to defeat the Fire Nation. Kana is readily aware of the circumstances of what's just happened and what she's brought these 3 other people into, the danger she's brought. And Tariq is recognizing that it's great to have friends and have fun, but you've got to back yourself. You settle down in the cold winds. A small fire just barely keeping you warm.
You have been listening to Homeland, which is a Roll to Cast production. The best way to find us is on Twitter, Discord, and our Patreon. All our podcasts are on Acast, Spotify, YouTube, and all good podcatchers. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Roll to Cast. Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, was created by Magpie Games. Nickelodeon, Avatar, and all related titles, logos, and characters are trademarks of Viacom International Incorporated.
Sorry.
That's all
No,
good. No,
absolutely,
take your
it
time.
is.